Hi, welcome to the art video. I originally tried to do this unscripted, but I am so bad at talking off the top of my head that there were so many multiple second pauses between words, and I decided it would just be easier to write a script and re-record it than edit out all the pauses. So for those who don't know, I art with my laptop touchpad in paint.net. I think this puts me clearly in unhinged artist territory, but I would say there's a little method to my madness. I didn't always do this though. I originally worked with a beginner's drawing tablet in Krita. Krita is pretty cool. It's free, and I like free things. But for some reason I never got around to re-downloading it after my old laptop broke. Anyways, I always struggled with motivation issues. Even with hobbies I know I enjoy, like drawing, I would have to expend an unreasonable amount of effort to force myself to start doing something. I'm pretty sure my drawing tablet was making this worse. Something about plugging it in and just the overall setting up made me put undue pressure on myself to use the time I had to do art, and that would just result in me not doing anything. The fact that I don't really have a proper desk to leave my setup on, I work on the kitchen table, didn't really help either. Using the touchpad allowed me to just throw myself into art with a lot less setup time, which really helped a lot with maintaining motivation and doing art more often. I do still struggle with blank canvas hesitation, which I think other artists can probably relate to. So I usually work in 1000 by 1000 pixel canvas. It can change depending on how the art is going. If I need more space, I expand the canvas. And once it is finished, I adjust the canvas to the finished work. For my comics, the panels are usually 500 by 500. I use a 3 to 5 point brush. I don't know if you can have other brushes than the default in paint.net. Not that I need other brushes. I don't really do sketch layers very often. Only if I'm really tryharding a certain pose. I would sketch with pencil on paper, take a photo, and use that as my sketch layer. I also sometimes take photos of my hands to use as reference, of course, because hands are difficult. My coloring process used to be quite inefficient. I would magic wand select on the line art, change to the color layer, and fill the selection there. Nowadays, I have figured out that I can set my paint bucket sampling to the entire image, which is just way easier. In my early touchpad art days, I would do soft shading, but now it's pretty much all cell shading. If there are any professional artists watching, you can probably tell that I don't actually know what I'm doing with shading and pretty much most art theory. In fact, I pretty much have been just arting for fun and haven't really put in any proper effort into improving my skill. Unless my artistic vision demands it, I don't really go that far out of my skill level comfort zone. There was one moment in my artistic journey where there was a massive leap in my skill level, and that was when I started drawing fan art of my favorite VTuber, Nina My Inanist from Hollow Ian Myth. My artistic vision demanded a product that was cute and above my current skill level at the time. So I learned really quickly, taking bits and pieces of knowledge from drawing video clips that I would occasionally watch on YouTube, and ideas of how basic lines and shapes are used from art that I would see, and I would take these and apply it to my own art. This was when I started developing my current art style. Most of my fan art from this era was done on receipt paper from whatever job I had at the time. And then the fateful touchpad art instant occurred. I had some free time, was sufficiently motivated to do digital art, and did not have access to my drawing tablet, so I decided to draw with my touchpad for shits and giggles. The resulting product was the best piece of digital art that I had ever done at the time. I don't know, maybe because I pushed myself to make something, specifically in spite of the challenge. Then I just kept doing it, and here I am today. I do wonder if someday I'll ever leave behind my touchpad art ways and lose my unhinged artist status. But that's something for future me to think about. By the way, I have a love-hate relationship with my laptop touchpad. Sometimes it'll either have a seizure or stop moving, and this pisses me off, especially when I'm especially ready and motivated to do art, and it just shits itself. It has been a bit better lately as I've been giving my computer its union-regulated breaks. So I came back to this drawing after a couple days to make a few adjustments to proportions, and I can't believe I forgot the mole I have next to my right eye. Well, on my avatar it's technically on the left, but that's because I would draw my avatar based on myself in the mirror, and so certain features are mirrored, like my hair parting on the other side. By the time I finally realized this, it just felt wrong to change it. Whatever, I guess I can just say it was an artistic choice to make my avatar a reflection of myself. I didn't want my character to just be a one-to-one drawing of myself, so there are a few extra character design choices I made. The glasses are just because I wanted a subtle way to have my pride flags in a profile pic. Maybe it's a little too subtle, cause who is really looking that closely, but whatever. Of course, as an Anna fan, I gave myself a floating piece of idiot hair, and probably the feature that stands out the most on my relatively plain character design, the eyes. I have gotten several compliments about my avatar's eyes. Some thought it was the Pan flag colors, but that's just a coincidence. I'm not Pan, I'm Arrow Ace. The colors are from rendering a Julia fractal in Paint.net, effect outlining it, and adding a couple extra colors and highlights. A long time ago, as a small-year-old, I used a similar Julia fractal manipulation as a flame representing motivation, passion, or drive. Using it now in my avatar's eyes is kind of representing that sparkle in the eyes when someone is doing something they love, which I, in my constant crippling struggle for motivation, aspire to have. Anyway, the speed paint is finished. I won't say anything self-deprecating here, cause confidence complements persistence. I think it looks pretty good, pretty cute if I do say so myself. I guess the video ends here. Man, my voice is tired. I never speak this much all at once.